All right, folks, got a few words here. Today, of course, 54th anniversary of the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Not only that, it's also the anniversary of the lynching of Emmett Till. Here we are 54 years later and still fighting many of the same battles we were fighting 54 years ago, and of course before that in 1955. Here's what I think what I need folks to understand. Again, it was called the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. That's an economic agenda and also a freedom agenda. So I think it's one thing for us to be focused on issues of police brutality, critically important. It's important for us to talk about criminal justice, critically important. But here's the piece. If we do not own our own economics, then we're going to be asking somebody else for our freedom. I'm talking about our own economics when it comes to black cable networks, when it comes to black newspapers, when it comes to black radio, when it comes to entrepreneurs out there. You know, people talk about Colin Kaepernick and what he's doing, but guess what? He used $800,000 of his own money to give to various organizations in a $1 million commitment. If you don't actually have the resources to do that, then you can't do it. We've got HBCUs right now withering on the vine. Cheney University in Pennsylvania could very well shut down. Stillman is also gasping for air. Other other HBCUs. But this is what happens when you don't have the resources to actually do that. Again, it was a March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Our focus has to be one of economics. Why are we making a point about voting in these elections? Because here's why. When you have African Americans who have been mayors of Birmingham and mayors of Atlanta and mayors of Houston and mayors of other cities, you've seen them use the power of the office for economics. It was Atlanta Mayor Maynard Jackson who made the point. They believed in three things: the ballot, he believed in the book, he believed in the buck. The ballot, the book, the buck. That's education, that's voting, that's money. He understood that. But all too often, many of us are just focused on the things that have nothing to do with those three things. If we want to achieve freedom, we better remove the shackles of debt and remove the shackles of asking somebody for our freedom. You don't ask somebody for your freedom. You do what slaves did. You buy your freedom. That requires money. Think about that as we move forward. Back in 60 seconds, NewsOne Now, TV One.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.